Hi Scrubs, hope you're well. So I'm going to finish off with the final question. So my final question from Sassenach 10 was, which game or games require pay-to-play or pay-to-win features or perks? And does this game also provide free ways to get those features? And how much does the pay-to aspect affect your enjoyment of the game? Well, I'm going to go through them, I suppose, one by one. And I will tell you the ones that I'm not really sure on that particular aspect. The likes of Basekeeper, I know that there is a subscription with that. I don't know whether you can also buy coins. I would expect that you probably can. I haven't really delved into that, so I don't know in that particular way. Something like Sabergrid of the Magic Crystals, for example, there isn't that part of it. You just buy the game and then you play it because it's simply just that. It's not a kind of pay to play or pay to win. It's just you buy the game and then you play it. And I think it's kind of nice to have that because there's so many games now that are pay to play and pay to win and things like that. The likes of etc. and Equiverse, it's kind of I think that also is kind of like Beastkeeper in terms that I'm pretty sure you can pay for extra features. I mean, I have noticed that there is a deluxe thing with Equiverse, for example. The likes of Horse Eden, you can pay for certain things with money, but you also have the ability with most of it that I have seen that you can get it for free in the game if you make enough money in the game's currency. I like that aspect about it because I don't have to go and spend $25 to get so many stalls. I can just, save up enough money to be able to buy those with my in-game currency. I think I can even buy membership for being a premium member, I believe, off of other players who have actually bought it. And I think that's quite cool, from what I remember seeing anyway. If I'm incorrect, somebody can correct me on that. So I like that you have the ability, you have the choice. I think choice is very important. I think if you're pushed into a corner where it's like, if you don't buy this, you can't have it. And I don't like that. I think you should always have the option to be able to work for something and work hard for it and be able to get it for free, as long as you put the time and the effort in. And we talk about Horse in this respect. Horse has kind of gone further and further away from that. As time has gone on with Horse has got more pay to play, pay to win. And even sometimes when you pay to what you think you're going to win, you aren't necessarily, because we talk about luck items like hops and Horns of Plenty, Golden Fleeces, Titans Challenges. They're very much a case of, you can pay, but we're not going to guarantee you're going to get what you want. So it's a gambling element for me, which I became more aware of as time went on, and I thought to myself, as they started to bring out more and more of these gambling items, I decided I really didn't like that. To me, it had become a gambling game, and I think that's not a good thing to have, especially considering it's supposed to be family friendly and it's supposed to be suitable for all ages. I think it's quite, I would say, irresponsible to offer that to people under the age of 18. I mean, I know that, okay, it's not like gambling site, but it is gambling, okay? If you're spending your money and you're opening those items to get stuff in game, but there are a lot of games that do that. So it's not totally fair of me to say that Horse is, being completely irresponsible. Like, there are a lot of other games doing it, but I think you do have to question, like, Horse really pushes it quite a lot. I mean, the amount of promotions that go on at the same time, you'll have, like, open, Titans to get this Divine, and then there'll be another promo going on, and then there might be some other promo going on at the same time. You are bombarded with this, and that's one of the reasons I've shut off. Because I've been bombarded with it, that I've just got to the point where I'm like, I don't want to know. I'm just going to shut this out and not listen and not take part in it. And I think it can become a problem. It can become an addiction. And you just keep thinking one more hop, one more Titan's Fleece, one more Golden Fleece. And I'll get the item that I want. I'll get this promo finish or whatever, and you may not, and you could keep going and keep going and keep going until you have nothing left. So I think for me, that is why I do feel quite negative in that respect, because there is other games that I have played that do have that element to them, but I haven't felt as bombarded, I guess, by it. I mean, yes, I've played Horse for a very long period of time, so I suppose I have seen it whenever it wasn't like that to how it has started to get like that, and then how it really, really went to the extreme of it. And because I've been playing for so long, I think that's why. Because there's other games that I have played that have that element in them with, but I'm not playing them for the same amount of time, so it doesn't really feel like such drag or such a bombardment in that respect. But I do think the other issue I have is the fact that Horse got so much pay to win. It really, really did. There is a lot of things that I feel you just cannot do now without VIP, without having that subscription. And I don't think that was necessarily fair. I mean, yes, it is fair to say that there are ways in the game that you can earn passes for free in order to buy VIP to do some of those things. And if you save up enough and you're lucky enough to make passes freely, then you can play the game for free. You can. I'm not saying that that's impossible, but they're making it a lot harder and harder as time has gone on. So I would be very critical of that for that reason. And that is partially why I feel so negatively towards the game itself. I still enjoy certain aspects of the game, and I don't regret playing Horse, far from it, but I do feel like quite irritated by it sometimes, because it's just changed so much and so drastically from what it used to be. And I know games have to evolve, they can't always stay the same, but then there are lots of games out there that are still played, even though they haven't changed at all over really long periods of time. And I know Horse is sort of a game that needs to evolve a certain amount, but I think there is a very fine line between too much, just the right amount, and I think they crossed that quite a while ago for me personally, and that has affected my enjoyment of the game. Now, if we look at something like Star Stable, you can do quite a lot on it without needing to pay to win, and you can do some things for free, but you do need to buy the subscription if you want to be a star rider, and that's just the fact of the matter. But I don't think it's as bad, because if I compare buying a PS4 game or something like that, the price is roughly the same as to buying Lifetime with Star Stable. And if you literally only wanted to buy Lifetime and then not buy any, not spend any more money on it, okay, you could do that. I mean, it would take you a long time to earn horses to get certain items and that, because you're only getting 100 coins every Saturday, but it's possible. They have that ability to allow that, and do have to have Star Rider really to fund the game, to have it that people do have to pay a certain amount, because they put a lot of work in. I will say that Star Stable puts a lot of work into their game, and I can see that in the small time that I've played it. And I would be quite sad if they were to go down the same kind of route that Horse has gone down, and Horse is very far down that road for me. But I think there has to be a balance. Balance is very important. There has to be balance and there has to be choice. And for that reason, it is a big aspect for me. Pay to, whether it's pay to play or pay to win, has a big effect on my enjoyment of a game. So thank you to Sassenach10 for sending in these questions. I hope you had a lovely day, Scrubs, and bye bye!